G'day there, Saners. Jayden here with our second last episode. Wow, the season's gone quick. Here to discuss OPPO view with the upcoming game against the Cats at Marvel Stadium. 12 months is a long time. This time last year, we come up against the Cats, and it was a massive game for us, given the finals were on the line, and the consequences of a loss and the benefits of a win. And we definitely showed up, and it was I think it was like 30-odd point win. And it sort of, not cemented, but almost guaranteed us, that finals spot for us. But this year, completely different story. I think there's multiple fans will be looking to count it down till the end of next week. But let's focus on the Cats, because I'm actually excited to do this OPPO view. The Cats, they had a little bit of a mid-season drop. I think they lost like 4 out of 5. Question marks were coming along. But the last month and a half, they've been one of the informed teams of the competition. They're third on the ladder. They had a extraordinary win against Freo last week over in Perth. Dangerfield was back to his best, and I'll touch on him in a second. But this is a good game. This is something that we want to strive to be a part of going forward with our young guys, to be in these games where Geelong is, where we can cement a top 4 spot. They've only got to win. They don't even really have to win, but they'd be comfortable to win one of their last 2 games. And the earlier the better. That way they can rest a few people next week, because they are still an older list. So going through, as I said last week, they were absolutely incredible against the Dockers. Their ball movement, they're the most boundary use side in the league this year. They like to use the width of the ground, which we don't mind doing that as well. So it's sort of going to play into our hands a little bit. But they've still got the capabilities to run it through the middle. They've got, so many run with midfielders. Atkins has been really good this year. As I said, Dangerfield was back to his best last week, taking contested marks, stepping out when, the captain really needed to in a hostile environment against Dockers. Max Holmes, we all know how good he is. I think he's sort of flown under the radar a little bit this year. He burst onto the scene last year, but he's still been solid, and he looks like a player that's made for September. So I would assume he will come back firing the next fortnight and then into the finals for them as well. Jack Bowes has been looking good. Tanner Bruin's looking good. Tom Stewart. Again, started the year really well, dropped off, and question marks started to come, how can he handle a tag and what can he do? But now he's flourishing in that midfield. And they're an experienced group, but they're real tight-knit. So they don't care who, gets the flourish on the end, or who's the one that's, getting the stats as such. They're playing a real team brand of football, which is exciting to watch for their fans. And it's something that we can look forward to, hopefully, to see what our team can do going forward as well. Key matchups this week, as I said, Dangerfield. The start of the year, I thought, look, this might be his last year. He's getting old. His acceleration's lost a little bit because of his age, and that was his trademark back when he was at Adelaide and when he went to Geelong in the Brownlow year as well, was that burst out of the pack and, getting it long and being able to hit the scoreboard as well. So, but that's what he did last week. I think he had 20-odd touches, kicked a few goals. His impact in the middle of the ground was just second to none. There was absolutely clear dominance there. And he was the one that sort of won it for them in round 1. So we backtracked all the way to the start of the year. We were in that game for 90% of it. I thought Geelong probably let us in it for a little bit with their inaccuracy. Dangerfield took a heroic mark in the dying minutes and slotted one from 55 to give him the first win of the season. And that was ultimately what won him the game. So we weren't too far off the mark. Obviously, that was 23 weeks ago. So a lot's changed since then. But I still think we've got the capabilities to take it up to him. Jeremy Cameron's going to be another tough matchup. Cal Wilkie will go to him. I think he shut him down last time. We played him in Geelong, if I'm not mistaken. No, Jeremy still had a good game. He had 2 goals, 21 touches, and 7 marks. But I think our team defence, we're still ranked second in the league for team defence. So defence isn't the problem at the moment. It's definitely the ball movement and getting the flourish on the scoreboard, which for the last month and a half, if you take away the Brisbane game, we've definitely done. But it's, again, albeit too little, too late. Another concern from last time we did play them was Ollie Dempsey. probably the front runner for the NAB Rising Star this year. He kicked 3 goals, 1. He just bobs up. He's a really strong, athletic, runner on the wings, can play half forward. He likes to get up and down the ground, and he loves kicking a snag as well. He just positions himself really well and targets, front and centre, and then just, he's good on both sides of the foot. And can really hit the scoreboard well. The forward line, apart from Cameron, is a little bit unknown in terms of, who do we need to look at? Who are we concerned for? Ollie Henry can bob up and kick a few. Obviously, Tom Hawkins is still out. Brad Close and Tyson Stengel, some really good good small forwards. We know Tyson Stengel, his ability to win games and off his own foot. Been a little bit quiet the last couple of weeks, so look for him to come back and, hit the scoreboard really well. And Graham Myers, albeit I think sometimes his conversation around him is a little bit overrated, but he's still a very good sort of half forward and small forward type player for them. Delivers the ball really well, really unselfish and likes to get his teammates involved. And that's the epitome of what Geelong are doing at the moment. So it's not going to be an easy game. As I said, I think Geelong will come out firing, knowing what happened last year. I think it was that game that we sort of knocked them out of finals. And given their age of the list, the veterans on the team, they'd love to sew up that top 4 spot this week and then hopefully try and, rest a few players next week for the last game of the season. So get down there Saturday night, Marvel Stadium, back under the lights, under the roof for the second last game. It is our last home game as well. So if you can get down there to say thanks to the boys. Again, I know it's been a disappointing season, but the support never wavers. That's part of what being a Saints fan is. Let's get down there for the last couple of games of the year and bring the boys home. Guys, go you mighty Saints.